Hey guys, it's John from Physical Living, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the wall sit exercise. Going to give you some beginner level progressions to work up to it, and also some advanced variations that are definitely more difficult and most people probably haven't tried before. I'm also going to make sure you know the three main technique components that you want to keep in mind. It's a very simple exercise. Most people can learn it very quickly, but if you're going to do it, you want to make sure you're doing it right and really maximizing the results you get from it, just because you have the proper alignment. So to start off, so I guess I'll show you what it looks like first, just before we begin. This is your basic wall sit exercise, just like this with your hands at your sides. But to work up to that, what we're going to do is we're going to stand up against the wall and hands flat against the wall, back flat. You're just going to walk your feet forward a little bit. Get about a shoulder width or a hip width stance, whatever's most comfortable for you. Then you're going to slide down a little bit until your legs are at about a 45-degree angle, so kind of like a quarter squat, just as far as you can maintain with proper alignment. Obviously, the further down you go, the more difficult the exercise gets, and you may have to adjust your feet. But what we're going for in this quarter squat wall sit position is maintaining a lengthened spine, so you don't want to be hunched over. You want your back to be and shoulders to be flat in contact with the wall, lifting with the crown of your head and slightly tucking your tailbone forward. You're going to be standing with a mid-foot balance under your feet, so not on your toes, but on a mid-foot balance, driving through the heels a little bit more than your ball of foot. You want your knees to be in line vertically with your ankles and your feet and your hips, so you want your legs to be basically one vertical pillar. You don't want them bowed out, you definitely don't want them bowed in. You want them vertically aligned. And you're just going to hold this for time, as long as you can. And so you have I keep putting my hands here. Technically, your hands should be free so that your legs can do most of the work. And as you'll quickly learn, this is primarily going to target your thigh musculature and mostly your quads, which is these big beefy muscles on the fronts of your thighs. So that's the basic version, and the lower that you go, the more difficult the exercise becomes. So the full wall sit involves keeping your legs at a 90-degree angle. So your knees are at a 90-degree angle, your hips are also bent at a 90-degree angle, and your ankles as well. So you have this 90-90-90 position, and all of the technique components are the same. Other than that, you want to have a lengthened spine, neutral spine, knees tracking over your feet, and driving from a mid-foot balance. So you're not too far forward on your heels. So your butt, your lower back, and your shoulders, and the back of your head should all be in contact with the wall behind you. The next step, so like the level 2 exercise, would involve holding your knees with your arms, because that's going to take a little bit of pressure off of your quads. But once that becomes easy, once you can do that for a minute or longer, you can release your hands and just let them hang relaxed at your sides until you can work up to a minute or longer. After that, you can, there's a couple different ways you can make it harder. Simpler way, grab a free weight, could be anything, dumbbell, kettlebell, sandbag, a partner. I've never seen anybody do this with a partner, but you could. You can either hold dumbbells at your side, which is my preferred variation, or you can hold something at chest level. You can hold a goblet position or just bear hug a weight. But my preferred position is just hanging at your sides, and you would hold the same position for time. You can also do single leg variations, so you can cross one leg over the other. So to begin that, you're going to want to walk your feet together to get more in line with your center of gravity. And then you just cross one leg over the other. And same as before, let your hands relax. You can also extend the leg forward, locking the knee. And that's going to really fire up your quads. So that's 5 different ways to do the wall sit exercise. As I said, the main things to keep in mind are that lengthened spine, driving through a mid-foot balance, and making sure that your knees are lined up over your feet, your ankles, and underneath your hips. So you want that 90-90-90 angle, and you want to make sure your knees are tracking over your feet. So those are the main considerations for the wall sit. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know if it was, and thank you very much for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.